Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and I'll say good morning, even though when you're watching this, it might not be. Uh, Today, we're visiting with the absolutely delightful Bob Solimeno, whose name it took me a while to say correctly. So, Bob, I like to bring in the human side of things. You said you just got back from visiting family,
Yes, indeed.
and could you, for the sake of our audience, could you tell us a little bit about that, or would you rather not? You don't have to say anything private. Just
No, I
people want to see you as a human being, and
absolutely. I had a
visiting family
wonderful
sounds so precious. Say, go ahead.
a wonderful week-long visit with my oldest son, daughter-in-law, and their now 1-year-old baby boy.
Oh, oh,
He was
beautiful.
delightful. In fact, 1 week ago today, it was him and me one-on-one all day long while his parents were at work, and it was absolutely delightful.
Oh, God bless him. Is that your first grandchild or
My
not?
first grandchild, and by the
Right.
weekend, he started walking.
Are
So
you well? Hey,
I'm so glad that I was there for that occasion.
yes. Something actually important happened on our show today. Very lovely. So, and remind our audience a little bit about what you do, and please be sure and put your contact information, whatever you want it to be, in each, verbalize it in each show. So, what do you do in life, and what services are you offering to our viewers?
Yes, Mark. My business is called Immersitech Real Estate Investments, and
Huh. Okay.
I am a, certified private money lender, providing short-term loans for people who are interested in investing in properties that may or may not be distressed, with the
Okay.
purpose of fixing them up, rehabbing the property, and then
Okay.
putting it back on the market for resale.
Okay.
Or in some cases, people may be looking for property that they want to then hold on to, but offer as a rental property. And
That's
in both cases, my loan purpose is short term. I only loan
okay.
to a business entity, for example, an LLC,
Huh. Okay.
and that provides the investor the opportunity to acquire the property on potentially better terms than they can get anywhere else to acquire it. And then if they need to put some more money into it for uh, rehab, they can do so before they actually offer it on the market for rental.
Hmm. Who is your I want to be able to refer people to you, so I'm asking both for myself and the audience. Who is your, I want to say ideal customer. That's what we say in business, but what I mean is the person who would be that company that would come and want to work with you.
Um,
Who is likely to ask, and who's likely to get a yes from you?
I would say people, you may have seen signs along the roadway that say "We buy houses."
Oh yeah, no, we got a lot of that out here, man. There's
Those are the
tons of
kind of
people.
people. Those are the kind of people that I want to help lend money to, so that they can buy those houses,
Okay.
refurbish them, and get them back on the housing market, whether as a rental or as a renovated home purchase for other people to live in.
Okay, so I'm just going to explore this because I like doing unusual things in the show. If I were to call any of those people and say I knew somebody who could lend them money, that might wind up helping you, right or not?
Yeah.
Because we did have I think we probably still do, but we did have several people out here advertising on our TV stations and such. So can we go through this again? Because I'm as I always say on almost every show, I have a lot of disabilities. So an LLC that wants to invest in a property, and it could be you're saying it could be a fixer upper or not. Either way,
Either way.
They could come to you and say, well, we want to buy this, or we don't have, all the money. Can you lend it to us? You'll lend it to them for a very favorable rate. Then they can finish the renovation and sell it and get their money and or use it
Right,
as a rental or whatever they're going to do.
right. And I work with them through every step to make sure that the deal is good so that everybody wins. That's my bottom line. You
Okay, that's
know,
nice.
the lender's got to make a little bit of money, and we want the investor to make money.
Of
So that
course,
there's got to be enough value in the property to
to go
make it.
around.
Yeah. So we're not particularly interested in some person's credit score. We're more interested in the characteristics of the property. How much is it worth? What's its market value? How much equity is there in the property, et cetera? So it's
Well, and how much will there be once if there's going to be a reno? How much
correct.
will there be when a reno is done? So,
Correct.
well, that's really neat. Well, so how long you been doing this? Where what part of the country do you work out of? Are you allowed to work with anybody in the states or states in Canada? I know
Um,
that's four questions in a row, but
right now, I can only do business in the United States. However, if there are folks in Canada who would like to invest in properties in the United States, I can certainly do that. But you
and
know,
tell me how that would work then.
well, they're an investor like anyone else, and the only requirement is that the property that they want to invest in has to be located in the U.S.
Okay, now can it be in the? I know it can be in the continental states and all that, but can it be in the? What do you call those places like Guam and all that? Properties owned by the United States that are not states. Puerto Rico.
I will say I think so.
Okay, good. No, no. Hey, I'm
I
I'm
will.
an I'm an interviewer. You gotta,
Yeah, I
uh,
have to admit I'm not 100% certain on that question.
it'll probably never come up, but it's
It may, you never know, and it's a good question.
all right.
I know for sure Hawaii and Alaska would be included,
Oh
uh,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
but the
yeah.
other territories I
Yeah.
am uncertain.
All right, good. So then we covered a lot of this is kind of beautiful. We covered a lot of territory pretty quickly. I find you to be a delightful person, and I like hanging
Well,
out with
thank you
you.
so much, Mark. I have to
Uh,
reciprocate. Every time we have a conversation, you're so gracious and
uh,
I just
I
love talking with you.
thank you so much. I let's folks, let's go ahead and end this on this delightful note. I would say please consider if you have an LLC or what an investment business, get a hold of Bob and see he's going to give you a better rate. So, and Bob, give us your what contact information you'd like the audience to have.
The best thing for people to do to get in touch with me is visit my website,
Okay. Okay.
www.immersitech, IMMERSITECH.com.
Okay. Could
I'll
you not
repeat.
only repeat that, but could you say it again as well?
Sure. It's, it's called immersitech.com. The reason I
Okay.
chose that
I'm
name,
not even going to ask. I was going to ask, but I thought, now that's a
I'm
5 hour
actually,
show right
I,
there.
I'm immersed in this technology because all I need to do to run my business is have this cell phone and the
Right.
laptop that I'm speaking to you
Hey,
through right
very
now.
cool. Very cool.
This technology enables me to do this from
All right.
anywhere.
All right, folks. We'll tune into if you all would tune into the next show that we're going to start here in a few minutes. You can hear Bob tell us about things again or a little differently or whatever. We'll ask him questions like what's a kind of perfect property and all that. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. We've been visiting with Bob Solimeno, who is a delightful grandfather, very young for a grandfather, but
Thank you.
so Unfortunately, Bob, the way Zoom seems to work is we have to log out and then log back in.
Okay.
I don't know why, and I wish it wasn't that way. When I've tried to pause, it just sees it as one solid show. So I'll be back in what's usually 3 to 5 minutes, and I'll see you then.
Okay, Mark, thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. You're wonderful.